Hello, all the lovely My Tunbridge Wells subscribers. Well, you know that you see me every other month or so talking about something of interest that I think you'll want to hear about in the world of estate agency. And we just thought we'd mix it up a bit this week. So this week I am joined by my wonderful husband, James, who heads up lettings. You haven't got a microphone yet, they won't have heard that, but don't worry. And my wonderful operations director, Emma, who has been with me now for five years. Last week.
Yeah.
And you can see a bit of the team behind us. I've told them all they're literally got to be really quiet, but the phones will ring. So I apologise if we get a little bit of background noise. And we're going to do a bit interview style. So Emma is going to ask James and I some questions we're going to ask her. And we hope it just gives you a bit more of an insight into Madison's and the people and why we do what we do. So Emma, over to you.
Thank you, Deborah. So, yeah, as Deborah says, I've got some questions that I've pre-prepared, but they haven't seen. I'm going to ask Deborah a few, and then James, I'm going to go a bit freestyle on this and see what they say. So, Deborah, best bits about property sales. What would you say?
So for me, allowing someone to achieve their property dream, what they want to get out of it. A property no longer fits your needs or circumstances change, and it's a very stressful process. So I love taking as much stress out of I can and making someone move on to the next stage of where they want to be. It's a rocky road, but that's what a good agent is there to absorb and help someone move on.
Lovely. The best bits or worst bits about running your own business?
Oh, the workload, definitely.
Is that the best bit or the worst bit?
That's the worst bit. It's the workload is horrific because you have a business as usual day job to do, but then outside of that you have finance, HR, legal, compliance, a whole world of stuff that distracts you from the day job. So the sheer workload would definitely be the thing, and the fact that it's all consuming. So I haven't had a holiday without my laptop since I set up Madison's. The best bit, being able to be in charge of your own destiny. If you don't like how something is working, then you can make the changes to that, providing, of course, it's legal, ethical, all the above. But the fact that you can change something and set a different course and make a difference is lovely.
And would you say, my next question is about the best bits. What would you say about the best bits about the team that you have created over these years? Because we all sit in very different roles to support you and James and the wider business, as well as running the day-to-day side of it. So what would you say the sort of the best bits about the team that you've selected to work for you?
And you've helped me select over the year.
One of my many roles
is that she helps with the HR stuff. I would probably say the loyalty and the passion to the brand, really, and the fact that we do have really good staff retention. Yeah, people come to us and then stay with us for a long time, which is great. But everybody is 150% committed to delivering what Madison's stands for, and that runs through everything that we do.
Culture,
definite culture, and we do have a lot of fun. I mean, it's a stressful job, but there's a lot of fun involved as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, team are great. I've got it. Look, they're all in the back. Look at them all, beavering away.
They are great.
They are great.
And we do get on very well.
We do get on very well. Yeah, definitely.
Got a nice gang.
Yeah.
And of course, I have to ask, what's it like working with your husband?
It's lovely. It's really good. I think when we first did it, a lot of people were a bit worried that it wouldn't work, but ultimately, the disadvantage is that work can creep into home life a bit too often.
Yeah, I can imagine
I think if you don't do the same job, you come home from work, how was your day? Oh, fine, or not great, but there's probably little detail. But because we understand each other's days so intimately, there can be a bit more of a chat. But the best bit is we absolutely get the challenges that the other one is up against and have a lot of respect for what the other one does. There's never a sense of why are they on their emails again? It's because you've seen what the day has been. But yeah, I mean, James is my best mate. And we actually don't see each other that much during the day, do we?
No, your diaries allow for very little time together, actually, in the day.
Yeah. So no, it's really good. I like it. Wait and see.
Well, I'll start off with you. It's the same question back to you then. Actually, just setting, you have the mic. I've got my own mic for a special reason. So same question to you, please, Mr. Richards. How do you find working with
my wife,
with your
DR,
wife?
as I call her at work now, and at home, actually, at Preaching to Home.
Does it?
Yeah, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, it's just as Deborah said. I mean, we had worked together many, many years ago when we met one another before I proposed, when we both worked at Coots. And I think it is, as Deborah, as I like to say, DR, as Deborah said, it's understanding each other's work pressures and workloads. We don't often cross paths in the day because we're sort of out and about. But I think it's having fun and bouncing bits and pieces off each other. We have a good giggle, and with the team, as was said earlier on, we've got a great team, and it's just great fun, really enjoyable.
And as well as having Deborah, your actual legal wife, you have a work wife.
She's legal, and my work
your
wife.
work wife, Caroline. So you have built, or we have built together, a lovely lettings team now. So obviously headed by you.
Yeah.
But we have the magnificent Caroline Baines as your property lettings coordinator and property manager, and obviously Jane is with us now as well, helping
Jane.
On our property inspection. So our lettings team has grown significantly in the last few months. How do you find, what are the best bits about working with Caroline and of course now with Jane as well?
Well, it's an all-female team. I am the sole male representative at Madison's.
In both lettings and Madison's.
Well, just across Madison's, actually, whether it be lettings or not. The support, both Caroline and Jane are hugely supportive, hugely enthusiastic. They're just desperate to make sure that all of our residents are happy in the homes that they've chosen to be living in, working incredibly closely with the owners, which is more where I get involved with the owners of the properties. But Jane's and Caroline's dedication to looking after the residents in each of the properties is fantastic. They've got great relationships, rapport with all of the maintenance guys that we've got.
Yeah. They've been gathering some great testimonials recently.
Yeah, they have,
as
especially
well?
Caroline. Caroline gets called out on testimonials all the time. She's incredibly quick to respond to things. It is, it's fantastic. I'm blessed. Very, very well supported there.
Well, you
with
support
two
them
work
equally
wives.
well.
I feel like Henry VIII, actually.
You do, yeah.
Just accruing
wives.
wives.
A new nickname for you next year.
Henry VIII. Henry VIII I am, and that's about all I know of that rhyme.
Oh, well, excellent. So how would you both say you find working together? In a way that we haven't discussed already. We have sort of covered that in that you don't really spend that much time together, but ultimately, would you recommend it? Is it something that you... Would you do it again? If you were to start again today, if you were to set up a different business, would you want to do it together?
Totally. We are really, really aligned. Obviously, we're still very happily married, very, very happily married. There were a few friends of ours...
You said that a bit too...
too
keenly there.
No. I think there were some really good dear friends of ours that were slightly sceptical of it and advised, "Are you sure about that?" But we were both certain, and 8 years on, still as certain, if not more certain.
And you obviously joined after Deborah, so Deborah set up the business and then brought you in a few years later. So what prompted that decision? Why did you decide to join the business?
We had our late surprise. Esme, bless her, who is 8.5 now. And I was still in the bank. I had time off from the bank and then went back up to London in January 17. I'd spent 25 years working in wealth management and having had an extended period of time off with Esme, which was wonderful, felt that actually 25 years was a decent innings and I'd given all I could give to banking and actually a new challenge awaited, and because Deborah had done brilliantly with Madison's, this was a great place to join and help push
grow
Madison's
it further
forward.
with lettings,
exactly.
Of course. Yeah. And so obviously, Deborah, your background's in wealth management as well. How would you say that is relevant to estate agency?
I think I'm very conscious of time and the fact that people will be getting very tired. You're managing someone's assets and helping them with often selling a huge asset, which is often what you do in wealth management. So there's lots of crossover with service and delivery. Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Emma. How do you find working for Madison's?
How do you find? I love it. I've just celebrated my 5-year anniversary. I've done lots of different roles, and I would say that's one of my big loves for the business, is being able to work for an independent where if I've been able to tweak what I do to really work well with my skill set. So I like that aspect of it very, very much. And of course, yeah, I don't think I'd still be here 5 years down the line if I wasn't really happy. So
I'd
no,
hunt
it's a
you
great,
down.
Yeah, well, yeah, she would also. She
It's
knows where I
not a
live. So
joke,
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm very happy.
Right, let's end with some quick fire.
Some silly ones.
Silly ones. Emma, work from the office or work from home?
Bit of both. For me, I like definitely to do a little bit of both. Suits me very well.
Messy desk or clean desk?
Clean desk always.
Loose guidelines or clear directions?
Clear directions always.
I can vouch for that.
Yes. James, I'm going to ask you, would you rather work... Oh,
I'll do
I've got a mic issue. And again.
And again.
Would you want to start work late or leave work early?
I would rather start work early, I think. I'm an early riser.
Okay.
And leave work earlier.
That's not what I asked, but that's fine. You're the boss. You can say whatever you like. Big company or small company?
Definitely small company, having worked in the big one.
And what about speed or accuracy?
Accuracy.
Excellent.
Can I borrow your mic?
You can borrow my mic.
Oh, DR, right.
Yeah.
Emails or conversations?
Conversations.
Leader or follower?
Leader.
Introvert or extrovert?
Both, really. I'm an introverted extrovert, so I know. There we go. So
Okay.
I love being social, love being with people, but then the way I recharge is by being on my own. So they're both.
Perfect. Okay.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed that it gave you a little bit of an insight into more of James and I, and indeed Emma. We're going to introduce you to more of the team next year and also do a bit more around our properties and giving you lots of lovely gooey properties to look at, which we hope you'll find interesting. So it's going to change a bit next year with a bit more of a slant of what we actually sell. We hope you enjoyed and have a great autumn season. Bye-bye.